And there, you said it best, is a testament to who he really was. His body of work spanned across stage, screen, and television. And if you've ever watched him, Michael K. Williams was so skilled at his craft, he made viewers embrace and cheer for the bad guy.
And it's either play or get played.
Omar Little, a stick-up boy based on real figures from Baltimore, was probably the most popular character among the devoted fans of The Wire. The HBO show ran from 2002 to 2008 and is rewatched constantly in streaming. The man behind Omar Little, Michael K. Williams, became a household name.
I got the shotgun, got the briefcase. It's on the game though, right?
As Little, he played a criminal with a strict moral code, known for taking advantage of a reputation for police brutality that wasn't always real. The character also broke TV ground as an openly gay man whose sexuality wasn't central to his role. His great work, coupled with the distinctive scar that ran the length of his face, Williams said most people saw him on the street, called him Omar, something he embraced. His Wire castmates recall how he never forgot where he came from.
With the scar that he had caught, a lot of people would have shied away from being in front of the camera, but not him. He just saw it as a badge of courage that the scar didn't stop him, and he wanted to make sure that, he showed people that, that he can shine bright and be a good actor and also a good person and take this opportunity and help other people. So for him, it was always about the opportunity to help.
And he understood that he was put in this position of power, and he held it with such humility and such grace, but always understood that he had to physically be in front of the people that he was representing, that he was trying to lift up, that he was trying to inspire.
Wendell Pierce, who played Bunk, tweeted, "The death of my love for this brother can only be matched by the death of my pain, learning of his loss. An immensely talented man with the ability to give voice to the human condition, portraying the lives of those whose humanity is seldom elevated until he sings their truth." And Isaiah Whitlock Jr., who was the corrupt Senator Clay Davis, writes, "Shocked and saddened by the death of Michael K. Williams, one of the nicest brothers on the planet with the biggest heart, an amazing actor and soul." After The Wire, he returned to HBO and The Gangster Life, this time as Chalky White on the hit series Boardwalk Empire.
He ain't never gonna stop them white boys.
Why do you say that?
They everywhere, you just here.
He was born in 1966 in Brooklyn, the son of a mother from Nassau, Bahamas, and a father from South Carolina. He was raised in the Vanderveer Projects in East Flatbush, Brooklyn.
I feel like I got put in a very elite category of New York City artists. Frank Sinatra said it best: if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Williams began his journey into the entertainment world by channeling his personal pain as a victim of abuse into energy. He was used as a backup dancer for hip-hop acts.
I was angry, and I had a lot of energy. I was very angry. But a lot of my anger was turned inward. I hurt myself a lot, but I was very angry, none the same. And dancing was like, if I look back at a lot of my choreography and my energy when I used to be it was just this. It was like a battle cry, just ah. And I used to just it was such an outlet. I was not the best dancer, by far, but I was definitely the most passionate. I always had this energy, you always felt me, whether I was in sync or not with the other guys.
Prior to his death, he had been working with the New Jersey charity to smooth the journey for former prison inmates seeking to re-enter society, and was working on a documentary on the subject. He spoke openly of his rough time growing up and his struggles with drug addiction.
This young man named Michael, this dark-skinned little boy with a scar on his face, knew that at 11 years old. That was the most a profound moment.
Right now, it appears drugs may have played a role in Williams' untimely death. Addiction also claimed the life of the brother of Queen Sugar star Tina Lifford. She offered her condolences and her admiration for Williams' talent on BNC's Start Your Day.
You know, the feeling and the word was sad. And here's why. Because I didn't know him, but I know that he's a good person, because we all are. And then something happens in our lives that distorts our relationship to life. And if we don't get help to be able to see that distortion, or to be able to act with our feelings so that we can process something that isn't processed, then drug addiction and all kinds of other ways of coping can come into our lives.
I'm still your goddamn daddy! And you respect me!
His 5th Emmy nomination would come from another HBO production, Lovecraft Country. In it, he played a frustrated father struggling to keep his sexuality secret. This was the role expected to give him the win this fall. And sadly, if he gets the Emmy, it will be a posthumous honor.
I've survived what I've survived so I can tell my story and be a blessing in someone else's life. That took me a long time to get there.
Now, the Emmy Awards are scheduled to be handed out on Sunday, September 19th. Michael K. Williams' next big project had him starring in a biopic about George Foreman. It's directed by George Tillman Jr., who brought us Soul Food and most recently The Hate U Give. He will truly be missed. Here.
Brittany, one of the lines I thought about yesterday, he had so many great one-liners in The Wire, but it was, "Tell God Omar is coming." What performance of his had the most impact on you?
I would say many people have asked me today, was I a person that actually watched The Wire? And I have to be honest, I'd never seen the show. But there were things that, you know, like making appearances in Law and Order. I love that show in particular. And then you would just see him on different shows, like late night TV shows and things like that, being able to show his big personality. So he was one person that I know that made folks laugh, who people felt like he was a brother to them, and so affectionate to people as well.
And that's the thing, you didn't have to experience a performance directly to know about the impact he had on the culture and on filmmaking. Before I let you go, Brittany, I'd also like to thank you for mentioning the fact that he was a queer performer in that he portrayed queer black men in a way that was very humanizing, but also that wasn't the only thing the character was about, which is such a groundbreaking thing to see on film and on screen. But we will also remember him not just for those performances, but also the joy that he brought his community. You could see him even as recently as this past summer dancing in the community of Flatbush.
That is so true, Nayara. Yeah, he certainly, again, will be missed.
Brittany, thank you for that report. And coming up in our next hour, we'll take